In front of me, I have the S24 Ultra running One UI 7.0 and the S25 Ultra also running One UI 7.0, but they are not equal. Whilst they have the same version of One UI, they are actually operating with different functionality. So let's take a look at the One UI 7 that's on here and compare it to One UI 7 that's on here. Welcome back to SamMobile TV. You're here with Daniel, and we really want to just deep dive in some of the new features that come with One UI 7 on the S25 Ultra. Now, we've dove into the betas of the One UI 7 on the S25 Ultra quite a bit, so you can go check them out. What we want to look at is the new features that are coming with One UI 7 here on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. To be honest, a lot of the new stuff is to do with Galaxy AI, so that's probably where we're going to spend the bulk of our time. As you can see, the quick panel and stuff is all kind of the same, but there is a change I noticed immediately. Down the bottom here, you've got a couple of extra toggles in the quick panel. You've got nearby devices, which is kind of like a new thing to sort of connect and see what devices that are nearby can do. And as you can see, you go through a couple of different prompts and you've got devices around that you can then drag into the bubble and allow to connect. Obviously, this one doesn't support it yet, so it'll need to be updated to get that support. The other new part here too is that there is a modes toggle, which you can see you can activate some modes directly from there. The other thing you notice just on the home screen here is this widget here called Morning Brief. When I hit on Morning Brief, I'll talk about this a little bit when I talk about Galaxy AI, but you've got throughout the day different briefs that the phone can give you. They appear on the lock screen as well as part of something called the Now Brief, and it's also a widget you can add as well. Again, I'll get into that a little bit later. Let's go into Galaxy AI, because I think the big thing you'll notice is a lot of the functions that have existed before will now be able to be done on device. A lot of that is down to the 8 Elite for Galaxy chip, but let's look at which ones I specifically mean. We can see here the first three sort of Galaxy AI features are the same. What you will notice after that though is this is called Chat Assist, not Writing Assist. There is still a Writing Assist option. That's not to do with the keyboard, whereas this is a keyboard function. If I go into the Chat Assist and Writing Assist tools, you'll notice that there's a couple of extra options. So it's not just translate and suggested replies. You've got Message Composer and also Style and Grammar, which I believe is part of Chat Writing Assist in the keyboard anyway. It's just now there's a separate option for it here. The Composer one, you can process this data on the device too. So you can ask it to generate you can give it a prompt and it'll generate something for you on the device. That one's a kind of a smaller one. If we keep going down, a lot of the other ones are still quite the same, like the Notes Assist, still the same, Transcript Assist, still the same. Browsing Assist has something new. If we go into it here, you'll see alongside the summarize and translate functions, there is read highlights aloud. You can use Galaxy AI to listen to web page summaries, or you can hear highlights from top stories on a news site. If I go into a news article here, like for example, this is, let's go back one more to BBC Football, because, well, I love football. This one about Everton. So this is going to be quite a lengthy sort of article. As you can see, it's got quite a lot of context to it. So if I go to the Galaxy AI and hit read
Sean
highlights aloud,
Dyche sacked. How chaotic day unfolded at Everton BBC Sport.
so it's finding the key
Everton's
highlight.
manager, Sean Dyche, was unexpectedly sacked just hours before their FA Cup match, leaving the club in turmoil. This shocking decision by
You can pause them. And you can even translate it too. So, and it gives you the text summary, but then also enables you to allow you to read it out loud for you, which I think is really neat. So that's in the Browsing Assist. That's a new one. Underneath that is Writing Assist. Now we've kind of given a bit of a hint to this already, but the Writing Assist is separate to the keyboard. So this will stylize your grammar, summarize and organize and compose your messages anywhere. So if I am in, let's say, Twitter, and I am writing a tweet, I wanted to say something along the lines of, hello, how are you? And I was like, what can make that a bit cooler? There's a little Galaxy AI function there, and it's given me the options that you saw before. The bullet point is the summarize, or the organize rather. You do have summarize, you've got table. So if you wanted to make a table out of the content that you've selected, or there's a composer where you can enter a prompt and it'll come in. That is on here too. It's just not in the Galaxy AI menu yet. So I imagine it will be when it gets updated. The next one that is definitely gone under an overhaul is Photo Assist. As you can see, there is 3 options in here. You've got Generative Edit, Sketch to Image, and Portrait Studio. Whereas in here, you've only got Generative Edit and Portrait Studio. Now, there is an option here for Generative Edit to process the data on device. So you can actually avoid the cloud altogether with Galaxy AI and One UI 7 on the S25 Ultra. There's Sketch to Image, which it doesn't really give you an option. It just shows you what it does. And Portrait Studio, again, same sort of thing. But when you go into a photo and into the Galaxy AI icon, there are some visual changes. So here with the Galaxy S25 Ultra, the Sketch to Image has an icon, but the main one is the removal tool. Over here, you've got a little slider down the bottom, which shows you your options. Obviously, if there's people, it gives you Portrait Studio alongside that. But for example, with this photo here, on the S24 Ultra, you would have to individually select or circle the things that you'd want removed. Whereas with the S25 Ultra, there's a button and it automatically selects everything that can be removed based off its own perception. And then I hit the removal tool. It's got some new animations to go along with it. Then I hit generate. And I think overall the process is just a lot faster and a lot better. And I prefer the animations that it gives you. As you can see, it's gone to town and removed the things I asked it to in a really neat and nice way. The Sketch to Image still functions the same. The only difference now with Sketch to Image is that instead of giving you 4 options, so for example, on this side, if I were to draw a beach umbrella or a tree, because it's definitely going to think that's a tree, and then over here, if I draw that same sort of prompt, let's just make it a tree, hit generate, this will only give me 1 option, whereas this will give me 4. I think this could be part of Samsung refining it at the back end rather than it generating 4 and taking longer. So you can see here, there's a few different options, whereas here it's just given me 1. You can generate again. So your choice, you can go again, but initially, it's just going to give you 1 option. The next one that is new or revamped is the Drawing Assist. There's a couple of different settings options. You've got sketch matching strength, which you can actually change how closely it tries to match it to your sketch. So if you want it to be more accurate, like if you draw a bad cat, it'll give you a better cat. If you draw a bad cat, it'll just give you a bad cat. You can choose that strength in here, whereas that doesn't exist over here. But the overall layout of the Drawing Assist has changed. So if I swipe out from the side here on both, and I go to Drawing Assist and the Drawing Assist, with the S24 Ultra, it is literally just Drawing Assist. You draw something and you can generate a prompt from it. Whereas over here on the S25 Ultra, you have options. You can draw something. You can give it an image prompt. So whether you want it to be, I don't know, this flag, and then you choose the style, and then it can turn that into the style that you've chosen. Not that one, because apparently a flag is inappropriate content. We'll try that again, shall we? Let's try this. Turn that into a 3D cartoon. Goes through its little rigmarole. And the thing is, it doesn't actually generate something based off the photo. It sort of takes inspiration from elements of the photo, which, sure. Then there's the text prompt. If I go football and make it a sketch, take a look at how it's gone. It's giving me the wrong shape football, but you get my point still. So there's extra prompts there, and there's extra options for you to be able to make prompts, which I kind of like that idea. I think it's clever. Let's see how it does with the phone. Oh, it's turned the cameras into a boombox camera stereo system. Sure, let's have that. The main thing is you have extra prompts now that you can give it. Rather than just drawing, you've got drawing, you have a photo, and you have a text prompt as well to go with the settings also. The next one you'll see that's in here, but not in the S24 Ultra, is Audio Eraser. This one is awesome. I mentioned it in my hands-on, but basically this will eliminate up to 6 different types of sound. You've got voices, wind, and other sounds in the video editor. Let's show you how it works. So if I go to the gallery and I pick a video from it here. In fact, you know what? Let's do one here. So at the moment, I'm sitting in my living room. I actually have the air conditioner on, so this will be a good test. There's a little bit of construction noise going on outside, and I also, just for fun, might chuck on a bit of music in the background. So give me a moment and I will get this happening. So there's music going on too. Samsung have dropped the 3rd beta for One UI 7, and we have it here. And there was a voice too. So let's go into and edit and remove all of that. Okay, so we've got the video clip here. I actually have the air conditioner on, so let's go into the Galaxy AI icon there. As you can see, it's got a few different things that it's recognized. It's got voices, it's got music, and it's got noise. So there's quite a bit of noise throughout the whole thing. Now, it also shows you on the timeline where these things are. So music, there's only a little bit, noise throughout, and voices quite constant. There's an auto button, which will automatically adjust the volume of the things that it thinks it needs to. But let's say, for example, the music. So that's playing. If I go to music here and let's let it play. So there's music going on too. Samsung have dropped the 3rd beta for One UI 7. Voices. Now the voices is completely gone. You can see I'm talking, and then noise. Now it's a silent video. It's a really powerful tool, and one that I can see a lot of people taking advantage of. If you're out somewhere and there's external noise, if you're going and there's music in the background, you can remove that and just isolate the voices and the noise that you prefer it to. I wasn't too pleased with that demo, so I'm going to show you another one that is crazy good. Let's take a look. It's going to be a screen recording too, so we can see it properly as well. So here's a clip of my son talking to camera.
My name's Alberto, and I'm going to teach you how to...
Do it again, do it again, do it again.
Good try.
Do it again, don't stop. So he messed up a couple of times, but that's okay. You can hear there's a lot of background noise and there's a lot of stuff going on. So when you hit the Galaxy AI icon and you go into it, you'll see it's isolated voices, wind, and noise. What we're looking for here is basically just to show you the power. So it doesn't really matter what we remove. So if we start with voices.
Hi, my name's Alberto, and I'm going to teach you...
The voice is gone, and all you can hear is the wind noise. Let's go and remove that. And now the other noise. And now it's obviously a silent video. So let's go back to the start, and then let's bring the voices back in.
You how to...
Do it again, do it again, do it again.
Good try.
Do it again, don't stop. Start again. It's pretty incredible how that background noise...
Hi, my name's Alberto,
Again,
and I'm
I'll
going
bring
to
it back
teach you
in.
how to do a training session at home.
It's crazy. The great thing about that too is it processes that all on device. So it doesn't actually do it anywhere else. It's all on the phone. The last one that's new here is the Now Brief. Now I mentioned this before, the Now Brief, and there's a couple different options. You've got all the different types of content that you can include in here. So health and wellness, travel, events and tasks, phone settings, memories, news, music and podcasts, and smart home. This will appear on your lock screen if you allow it to in the Now bar section. And then when you click on it, it'll actually bring up the briefing for that time of day, because it gives you 3 specific periods throughout the day that it will sort of brief you on things. Obviously, I'm planning on using this phone, so I will update you how this goes as time goes on, because it is meant to be personalized, and I'm looking forward to trying that out. The other small changes to One UI 7 is the Now bar. So if I go into lock screen and AOD and into the Now bar, you'll actually see some extra live notifications. So with the S24 Ultra, I'll bring it back in here. If I go into the same lock screen, and this is beta 3, now I did say that Samsung have removed some toggles here, but as you can see, there's some extra stuff. Main one being Google Sports. So obviously if you've got your Google account logged in, this Google Sports one will give you live sports notifications in the Now bar section, which I'm really looking forward to. Now, one thing that we got told a lot about at the Samsung event was Gemini. Google and Samsung have partnered heavily, and not just in the Gemini features that are available sort of everywhere already, but they've also integrated it into a lot of Samsung apps through Gemini, and Samsung are going to be the first ones to sort of have access to sort of that multimodal contextual stuff across not just Google apps, Samsung apps, but also third-party apps as well, like Spotify and WhatsApp. Now, some of the other Gemini features that we learned about, which I found really cool, was where you can like load a picture of food in there and then ask Gemini how to make it. So for example, this pizza, so I'll go to the gallery, load a pizza in. I can say, how do I make this? Question mark, because, I just can't help it. And then Gemini will go through its processing, and the whole point of what it will do is then it just spits out the recipe, New York style pepperoni pizza, like the one in the picture, and it gives me the recipe to break down. There's a whole bunch of other stuff too, like to do with homework and whatnot, but I really, really liked that one. That is some of the new One UI 7 features with the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Hopefully they make their way down here. I'm not sure if the process data on device stuff will come back, but definitely the AI stuff and things like the Now Brief should be fine to come across. Hit subscribe to SamMobile TV, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.